Oh my God.
We're back?
We're back. That was the intro.
I see.
What, am I not allowed to bring weird energy to... You could bring weird energy to intros whenever you want, but the moment I do it, it's all like, what are you doing, SK? Come on. Anyway, hey, Kendall, what's up? Hello, Nanasi. Could we have done anything else? I don't know.
Hey, are you really still single? Did I miss something, or shouldn't you guys update your relationship status?
I've been wondering about that, but, also relationship status on this doesn't matter compared to real life, right? Also, I realized got the date this game was wrong. It was actually 2011. I thought it was late 2010s. It was 2011. Time doesn't exist anymore. I am old and I will always be old.
Hey, sir.
Hey, what's up? Oh my God, thank you for the music. Okay, what's up?
Well, it's about the big creative assignment. It's due next week, right?
Yeah, that's right. And I can't say I'm really encouraged by that. Has it even started?
Well, we had a pretty good idea for it, and we're wondering if we could do a presentation together. Yeah, for reals, it'd be great.
Normally I would say no, absolutely under no circumstances. It's a huge end-of-term project worth 30% of their grade. It's not really some small group assignment or anything, but they seem into it. Really into it. I don't know. What's your idea?
It'd be a dramatic presentation about, metafiction. Good chance to explore the themes of the course, apply them to a modern context.
Well, I never met a fiction I didn't like.
That sort of thing. It'd be totes rad, sir. I mean, we could just do essays, but we figured you'd want us to do something interesting instead. Yeah, you'd be a real bro if we could, sir.
Well, sounds like they actually care. Given that this is the first time I've ever seen that sort of reaction from either of them about anything school-related, how can I say no? It's my chance, probably my only chance to get them to engage with the class. I guess I'll have to fudge the rules. I guess I'll allow it this once.
You're a bro, sir. Totes legit.
We go over the details for another couple minutes, and they go on their way. I guess it could be worse. As far as concerns go, I have bigger ones anyway. Spend the whole prep hour crippled with indecision over how I'm going to handle the upcoming exam review. I start writing notes, but I throw them away every time. Hold on. What were the, well, it's complicated, so, don't be weird. And then, where are Akira's...
She's right, though. What are we? I don't really want to pressure you or anything, but, well, that was why Taylor scared me so much before. I'm never really sure what our relationship is. I mean, if you don't know either, that's totes cool. We don't have to say anything still, no pressure. I don't know, feels weird, man.
In the end, I come up with absolutely nothing. I don't have a clue how I'm going to get them through this. I have control over what's on the exam, but I won't be responsible for marking them, so if they all do terribly, then, Sorry, I didn't know you felt that strongly. You're my boyfriend, Want to change my profile? Are we at that point? I just didn't want to rush things,
Oh, we're both silly then. Yes, totes, if you're comfortable saying that, then we definitely should. Less than 3x.
I like how these two have the most healthy relationship. They're like, let's communicate with one another. And Nolan's like, I'm going to try really hard to make sure I understand my ex because I don't want to be on bad terms with her. It's not my fault. It's not my fault she's a weird narcissist. Still, though, on some bizarre, perverse level, I'm actually glad to be worrying about this. Thrilled, even. It's nice to be finally worried about my students academically and not their personal drama. I'm in love with a boy. No homo.
What's it say? Straight with one exception.
Interested in straight with one exception. You know what? I admire that. Someone who knows they're straight, but like, nah, I'm good though. This is fine. You know what? Good on you, Nolan. I did not, I'll be honest. Going into this game, I did not have the highest expectations for Nolan. Nolan has surpassed every single one of them. You are just a decent dude.
Trying to figure yourself out and find your way through life.
Yep. Isn't that how it's supposed to go anyway? In a relationship... Nolan X Akira OTP. Lol. Later. When I get home, I'm going to get a comprehensive exam review finished for tomorrow. I really need to.
Nice. ROFL, I was wondering.
But first I need to mark all the homework from today. Why did I think that was a smart idea again to give homework today when I should be worrying about their exams now? And what's more, they just leave me feeling even more worried. This is some of the shittiest, sloppiest work I've seen in my entire life. It's just absolutely terrible all around. Fuck it, I don't have time for these. Preparing them for exams is far more important. I'm too anxious about this. They need to start doing way better, or I'm going to have an aneurysm. Alright everyone, giving you all sets of the review questions. I want you to break up into groups, go over each one of them. Exam questions will be taken from this list. Which is like the easiest softball in the world. I'm basically telling them what the questions are actually going to be. There's no way they should do too poorly given that, right? They'll break off into rather unsurprising pairs. That's fine. I try to focus on marking the essays I didn't have time to last night.
Hey bro, I was wondering, do you and your BF have plans for next Tuesday?
Is that the dance, the not midwinter ball? Halfway through the pile, though, I realize that the chatter I'm hearing is clearly not work-related. I'm going to be having a few words with a couple girls. How's the review going, ladies?
Good. Thanks for giving us the list. We're planning on going over them thoroughly after school.
Well, maybe you could try going over them thoroughly right now, but, you know. No.
Oh, actually, good timing, sir. You can help us out.
Sure.
Okay, so we were thinking, Midwinter Dance is coming up. You can hook people up with tickets, right?
Yes. Right. You really don't seem like the type.
She's really, really not. Lol, no, not for me. We were thinking for Akira and Nolan. The boy wants to take his BF to the dance, but he is way too big a pussy to actually ask. You know, Akira.
Okay, so you realize I'm your teacher, right? Like, I know on an academic level students use language like this, but like, there's supposed to be this level of deniability, right? Where you don't do it purposely in front of me. Like, I know you use those words, you know you use those words, but the mutual lie we agree to is that you won't do it in front of me and I can pretend it doesn't happen.
Got it, bro.
Right? I have to admit, while it doesn't sound like her at all, Akira I can definitely see. That's probably true. I'm not going to try convincing them to drop a lot of money on dance tickets, though. That seems pretty sketchy.
Lol, nah, you're right. The thought was that we would buy them a pair as a surprise.
So that's why she was asking if they were both free on that evening, but pretty sure that's not going to go over very well. That's a nice thought, but are you sure they're really going to want that? I don't want to be rude, but how do I put this?
Yeah, it's cool. You're not going to hurt our feelings.
Well, I think no one would probably just be humiliated to get dance tickets from a couple of girls. Kendall, you must know where I'm going with this. She laughs.
Oh, lol. No, you're totes right. Huh? What are you two talking about? He's saying that if we gave Nolan the tickets ourselves, he would think it's just because we're trying to hook them up. But we are trying to hook them up, aren't we?
Think about it this way, Charlotte. If a man as... I was about to say a man as perverted as Kendall, but I realized at the last second how absolutely wrong it would be to say it like that. That is, if an older man approached you trying to hook you up with a girl, how would you feel about that?
Ew, gross. Oh, I see. Point well taken, Mr. Rook. Maybe it's not such a great idea after all, then. Nah, just don't tell him who they're from. You give them to him. Say you comped them or whatever.
No, don't make this my problem. Do not make this my problem. That's not a bad idea. It would certainly be a good way to apologize for Nolan to be completely useless when he actually needed help. That's a surprisingly sensible idea, is what my coming out of my mouth. Why am I letting myself get involved? No! Sure, bring the money in for the tickets. I'll handle the rest.
Sweet. Thanks, sir. It's gonna be rad.
Just one condition, all right?
What's that?
Do the exam review questions now, please.
Okay. Sorry, sir.
I go back to my desk, but it's too late to finish the marking now, so I have to make sure to have them back by the next day. Just the two of them at lunch again. I'm trying to make things better. I swear.
Hey, did you see that you thread about Aniko with the explanation? Totally should show that to Charlotte. It's a really good starting point, since she was wondering. And it seems like something she would like.
Oh, good.
Sorry about that essay, Mr. Rook. It wasn't really my best work. I've been so busy with other classes. What? No, 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 no. No, 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 do not do that.
It's fine, I know what it's like, but do a better job when you're studying for your exam, alright? Your marks are really going to flag if you don't.
Right, of course. I'm sorry. I'll try harder next time.
Alright, good. There's a pause.
What? Not going to bitch me out for my marks, sir?
Would you actually listen to me?
Lol, nope.
Well, there you go then.
Lol, what? That'll light up when we get an email.
It's so subtle though.
Yeah, but it's not lit up.
I'm not trying to be hostile, it's just arguing with you is not something that smart people do. I get that. They're your marks to worry about, as much as you should. It's not as if I could force you to care.
Lol, totes legit. Good call, sir.
I'm about to try to change the subject to anything but that when we're interrupted by someone I haven't seen much of in the past few days.
Speaking of hostile.
Mind if I come in for a few minutes?
How come the final boss music follows her around? She looks humble somehow, as if that's even possible to say about Taylor.
Yes.
Thanks.
No as in, yes, I mind, sis.
Charlotte gives a stern look, as she usually does when Kendall says something mean.
I do too.
Oh, well, ouch. But even if she deserves it, I probably shouldn't let Kendall rip into her too much. Or Charlotte, for that matter, as bizarre as the idea of it is.
Oh, come on! I came here because, look, I just got back from apologizing to Akira and Nolan. Want to apologize for being a bitch to you two, too.
I sigh. For fuck's sake. At least she's admitted to it straight up, but that doesn't mean I trust her. You're just talking to Akira and Nolan?
Yeah?
Where are they?
They're on the roof together. I didn't say anything mean, I promise. Just wanted to let them know I was sorry. It's fine.
I'll be the judge of that. I get up to leave. Guys, I'll be back in a few minutes. Please just be calm and don't kill her, alright? If there's a problem, I'll take care of it.
That's a big request. No promises, sir.
Kendall!
Fine, sir. I won't kill her.
Good. Sure enough, she's not lying about that, at least. Both the boys are on the far end of the roof. It's a good place, too. The view is nice from up here, pleasantly mild out, and surprisingly quiet.
CG!
Oh my god, we got a CG of these two dorks, huh?
Ah, what's that?
Is he playing a PSP?
Looks like it.
Oh, that's so cute. And Pocky. Oh, that's Dragon Spawn. You have to be quick with them or they bring in reinforcements with the incinerate power.
WTF, sis. How can you put up with this retarded non-apology?
Whee! So weird, I felt weirder about saying that word than I did about the...
Incinerate?
Yeah, destroys items in your inventory if you get hit with it.
Everything?
If you're not careful, but they're easy to deal with. You just flank like this.
Whoa, awesome.
You know, not really. I seem to be okay anyway. Looks like Taylor hasn't left a wake of emotional devastation in her wake this time.
Oh, sup, sir?
Akira waves and Nolan, I assume, pauses his game to look up.
I'm not gonna tell her off. You shouldn't either. Maybe she's right. Maybe we should give her a second chance. Lol, cool story, bro.
Hey, sir. Hello, guys. Sorry I didn't mean to interrupt or anything. Heard that Taylor came by to talk to you two. Apologize is what she said, but the last time she said that, I just wanted to make sure everything was all right. No, everything's cool. Don't worry about it. Well, that's good. If there's ever a problem with her again, well, you already know. You can tell me. I think she's actually trying this time. Trying, at least. Not very well. Well, I don't want to be too mean.
OMG. It's Taylor, bro. You can be mean.
No, but I like Nolan. Like, he's trying to see the best in her, right? Like, he was together with her for a while. Like, clearly he sees something valuable in their relationship.
Yeah?
And it hurts him that he can't have that. And
GLHF with that. I can't stand this bullshit.
yeah, it's just really pathetic, you know?
For reals. I'm still raging so hard at that, but... Girl.
See, that's what I'm talking about. This is why... This is the wall of division we have here. As long as you don't do it in front of me, we can all pretend it doesn't happen. No, I mean like in a really pitiful sort of way. I feel bad for making fun of her. She really just is that retarded about other people's feelings.
Then go. It's fine. It's not as if I don't understand. I think I can talk some sort of sense into her, but I really do not mind if you leave. I'll cover your escape even. Whatevs. Fuck her. I'm sick of talking about her.
Everything's fine then? Yeah. As long as she continues to stay away from my boyfriend. She's pathetic, but I'm not stupid.
Less than 3. Yeah.
I'll let you get back to it then.
Do not show Charlotte you under any circumstances. OMG, not even joking, do not. Do not. She is a delicate little flower and will be traumatized forever. Also, she'll think you're some kind of terrifying pervert.
Nothing wrong was said there.
TY for asking though, sir.
Yeah, thanks. I don't really need you to protect him for me, though. Sorry. I'll leave you two alone, then. Realized as I walk away why Nolan sounded so annoyed. Must have been kind of emasculating, wasn't it? Well, yeah, but also it's apparently part of our job as a teacher to, like, keep that peace, and we said explicitly we'd follow up on it.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, probably wouldn't feel very manly if not only did I have a boyfriend who needed protecting, but I apparently felt like I couldn't even do that. Shit. Briefly consider going back to apologize, but what the fuck do you say about that? Sorry, I think you're actually very manly. It's okay, everyone sometimes get reduced to tears by a teenage girl. I guess not, huh? Best thing, I suppose, just to stop now.
Hey, sir.
That's my name, don't wear it out. Weren't you just having lunch with Charlotte?
Yeah, well, Taylor is still in there. Kinda hard to eat when you're overwhelmed by nausea.
That's a little harsh.
So's the smell of bitch in the room. Extremely harsh, in fact.
Remember the plausible deniability, Kendall. Alright, really, there's no need to be that way. You're gonna have to put up with her for the rest of the year, so please don't be like that.
That's a little extreme, don't you think?
What I'm trying to say is, Kendall, don't be Kendall about it.
Okay, whatevs, bro. Here, sir, I've got the money for you.
She just reaches into her jacket and pulls out a large pile of bills. Alright, great, that's $160, right?
Yep,
Canadian?
all there.
Wonderful, I'll get the tickets for them then. Glad you're doing this, by the way, it's a good idea.
Yeah, true story, sir.
Do you have any classes with them in the afternoon?
Uh-huh.
Could you tell them to stop by my office after school then? Don't give any sort of reason why, just say you're passing on the message.
Okay, of course, no prob. TY for this, bro, it's gonna be sweet for them.
I agree. Need to get to class now, though.
Lol, yeah, me too. Laters.
That's it for the day. Well, at least as far as classes go, anyway.
Yeah, well, she doesn't know that about me. Look, bro, what's on the front page right now? Just list all the threads and you tell me if you really think I'm exaggerating. Right now? Okay, let's see. Bondage General, Digital Girl Aniko General, Toho Dojin, Failed Bondage General, Sister Complex Thread, Marimite announcements, some sauce request of a screenshot, not really sure what. Oh, is Marimite Maria-sama ga miteru?
I don't know. Maybe.
Oh,
I guess this is going in my Google search history. Hold on.
Oh, right. Okay, fair enough. I guess maybe she might find that a little bit intimidating. Just a
It's
little. OMG,
giving me,
seriously, do not. Yeah, it is Maria ga sama ga miteru.
Maria-sama ga miteru. Yep.
Okay, point made, bro. Point made.
Although I will point out it did try to autocorrect me to Marmite.
Yeah, that's why I paused so much. I was trying so hard to make my mouth not say Marmite.
Anyway, bondage time. Bondage General.
Another fucking Bondage General thread, even though we had one of these like 2 hours ago. I like girls tied up as much as the next girl, but lol, all bondage all the fucking time, okay? That's stupid. You're stupid.
In this thread, bondage and sexual restriction in the social mores of 16th century Korean poetry.
Lol.
Trying way too hard to be wacky. Forced meme is forced.
Peo Cho-hui was the sister, 1563 to 1589, was the sister of one of Joseon-era Korea's most important writers, and because of that, in an incredible feat for a woman of her time, was able to become literate in Chinese, the intellectual lingua franca of the time.
Didn't live to be older than 26? What is this? I don't even, man.
What the fuck? You're ruining everything.
Actually more retarded than OP. I've said that word so many times in the past 2 days recording this game. More than I've said it since I was in high school.
Since women were not supposed to be literate beyond reading edicts about how to be a good wife, in keeping with Confucian tradition, she got into one little fight and her mom got scared and said, "You're moving with your auntie and uncle in Bel Air." I whistled for a cab, and when it came near, the license plate said fresh, and it had dice in the mirror. If anything, I could say that this cab was rare, but I thought, nah, forget it. Yo, Holmes, to Bel Air. I pulled up to the house about 7 or 8, and I yelled to the cabbie, "Yo, Holmes, smell you later." Looked at my kingdom, I was finally there to sit on my throne as the Prince of Bel Air. Oh, fond internet memories. Do you remember Bel Airing people?
No, I never did that.
I'm sad that one died. That was... so many of the really toxic and shitty things survived, but Bel Airing what felt like, you know, it was a nice little surprise. You start into a long Shaggy Dog story or whatever,
and then
by the end, it's the Bel Air theme song, and people are like, "Oh, you got me."
It reminds me of Better Nate Than Lever.
Yeah.
You saw that one going around?
Yeah.
Speaking of good memes that died, bring back stick bugging. That was a great meme.
Lol, get stick bugged.
You get something that you think is cool, and then you wind up getting a stick bug instead, which is better.
Yeah.
That's
Also cool.
also cool. It's a meme where there's only upside. 17-year-old copy pasta.
Get the fuck out of here.
In this thread, ruining a perfectly good thread with forced comedy.
Fuck, never mind. It was actually better when it was stupid and serious.
In this thread, bondage general.
Oh,
I like how every thread ends the same way. Picked up a pair of tickets from the office. Hopefully this will go over well as we seem to think it will. Akira and Nolan are probably already on their way to my office. It's enough dawdling for me. Time to go. Hey, sir.
Kendall said you wanted to see us, but didn't know why. There's nothing wrong, right?
No, of course not. Nothing's wrong at all. Thing is, the office actually had a couple of tickets still left in the Midwinter Dance, completely gratis. Wondering if you two were interested. There's a pause. I hope it's because they're considering it, not because they're scrutinizing how completely ridiculous that would actually be if it were true. I don't know. They said they were $80, right? That's a lot for a dance.
Gratis means free, bro. He wants to give them to us, which is, totes generous, really.
Oh! You interested? I know school dances seem a little silly, but actually I really regret thinking I was too cool for them at your age. Probably be fun. Still don't know. I wouldn't mind, but it's probably not really Akira's thing. Akira grabs Nolan's hands dramatically and leans forward.
Nolan, my love, my Anata-kun, my bro of bros. If you want to be my man, you are going to take me dancing.
Nolan seems taken aback at first, but laughs. Well, looks like I don't really have much of a choice. We'll take them. Here you go, then. They let go of each other, and I hand them over.
TY, sir.
Yeah, thanks. Sure it'll be a lot of fun.
It'll be nice and romantic.
Jeez, Akira, could you be any faggier?
Nope.
Well, have a good evening. Thanks again, sir. It's, really nice of you.
You're a real bro, sir.
That's what they keep telling me.
Laters.
They both walk away together, and I have to admit, I don't quite understand how, but they do seem to make a pretty good couple.
Of course, this means you're going to have to dress up, right?
Oh, shit! No, take him back! Teach! No! Feel a little bit bad taking the credit for Kendall and Charlotte's idea, but I don't think that could have been helped. I hope it goes well for them. Truly.
Morning after the dance.
There are two very conspicuous absences.
Taylor Gibson had a great time at the dance.
But you didn't stay up as late as the boys did, I take it.
No, but I did meet a nice boy in grade 12, so I'm over them now. Wasn't really a waste. We're going to meet for lunch.
I'm glad to hear that. I hope you're both enjoying yourselves. Lol, busy night, bro. :3.
Baby, don't politely speculate on your friends' sex lives. Like, you have to have a very close relationship to someone where that's okay. There are two very conspicuous absences. It doesn't really change the class dynamic at all. At least it wouldn't if Kendall didn't keep looking at their still empty seats and giggling.
The afternoon after the dance.
I can't believe they didn't show up this morning at all. Updated his profile pic. Hey!
Hey! Nice.
I so expected Nolan to turn out to have the role that Taylor in fact has.
You know what?
My biases are on full display here.
Exactly,
I was wrong.
exactly. I fully agree. That was me getting turned around. Yep.
I was in glass houses and I threw stones, or whatever the saying is.
Ouch, I got hurt on the glass from calling the kettle black.
Yeah. I think that's how the saying works.
Glass kettles. There we go. Did you read Charlotte's line?
Yeah. Well, must have been a long night for 'em both. Lol.
So long as things worked out well for them. Just then the door opens and two incredibly tardy boys walk in. Neither in uniform and both holding hands.
Hi.
Hey, sorry we're so late. We kind of, slept in. He doesn't actually mention what's implicit in that, which is good because it's a mental image I'm trying desperately not to conjure.
Oh, you should have been there. It was fun as fuck, man. That was really epic.
Yeah, it really was actually. I was surprised.
Well, come on. Tell us all about it then. How was the evening?
Do you ever wonder what the purpose of school dances is?
To make you feel agony and hate yourself a little bit more and have a really bad time?
I keep wondering if the reason we have them is like how schools are the way we have them now were designed to prepare you for the expectations of working in capitalism. Where it's you're a bunch of unnecessary rules for no reason, a bunch of homework that you have to do when you're outside of school and stuff. A bunch of stuff that's designed to get you used to being graded and watched at all times, constantly doing your work, never having free time to yourself. I wonder if school dances are a way of subtly making people feel like they have to be finding romantic partners as well. It's a really cynical way of looking at it. But why else would school dances be a thing? Why else is a school explicitly in the business of let's make a romantic situation for our students?
My less cynical take would be that that's a thing humans do. And part of growing up healthily is trying to provide healthy spaces and models for such things rather than not and just letting folks flounder.
That's
and
a much better take on it, actually.
furthermore, that part of education and preparing folks to live together as humans in a society full of other humans is preparing them for normal social relationships of many types, whether they're friendships or romantic, and providing a space outside of classwork for social interaction and, figuring out how to navigate those things somewhere that is relatively safe is maybe better than having folks try and raw dog that the moment they get to college for the first time away from their family. And
I like your version better. Your version is a lot more happy. I'm deciding to believe your version and not my cynical version.
your cynical version also wasn't as cynical as my cynical version, which is that it's a torture implement for me specifically. I had the worst time at high school prom.
Oh yeah.
I had a date for prom, which was surprising for me.
Wow.
Because I had no social skills in a very small friend circle. But nobody believed that we were actually together, and people were saying things like, "Oh, you're such a cute fake couple," because you're obviously gay. And I was like,
read like a fucking book.
I was in tears. It was at the local aquarium place.
Oh yeah.
And I just
wait, that was my junior year one.
Yeah, and
yep.
Went out on the balcony and was crying alone and was wandering around with the fishes trying to stay far away from people because it was just
awful.
Such a bad experience. And then both myself and and my prom date for the time later both turned out to be trans in different directions and also queer.
Yeah,
and it's
that makes sense.
okay, yeah, so actually everybody was right about this. And this was kind of a fake thing that we were trying to make work to be normal in retrospect.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean you all had to say it. It took us years to figure that out.
Funny enough, that was I think the only prom I went to because that was my junior year one. And I went with a very devoutly Baptist young woman. Which is very funny in retrospect. She was wonderful, really nice, and her family was great too. They weren't creepy about it. It's just obviously that was never going to work. And then the year after that, I said screw it, and then instead of doing prom, had everyone over to my house to watch movies instead.
The one good school dance experience I had was it would have been first year of college. I heard there was a queer prom in town. I had just come out and just figured my shit out and went there. And I was alarmed to discover that most of my friend circle from high school, who were 1 year younger than me, ended up skipping out on the high school prom because they were all like, "Oh, this sucks. This is boring as hell." But one of them was also gay, and I didn't know this yet. He was also not out yet, but he had heard of the queer prom and invited everybody, and they're like, "Hey, there's this thing that's going on same night in town. We can walk there. It's going to be cool as hell." And so we just run into each other there and are like deer in the headlights moment. And it's like, "Oh, so by the way, if you can't tell, I'm trans." And he's like, "Yeah, by the way, if you can't tell, I'm gay." And then it was fine, and everybody had a really good time.
Yeah, but still, that's the funniest way for that to happen. Oh, man. Do you ever think about how we're with maybe some very specific exceptions, we are completely past the point in our lives where we have to come out to people we used to know?
Thank God.
Right? It's just I meet people for the first time now. And anyone who I've conceivably known that they've had long enough to figure it out, right? It's with some very specific exceptions, that's It's just nice to not have to worry about that anymore.
Meeting people once is hard enough. Meeting them twice is just
Awful.
nightmare mode.
Anyway, read Akira's line.
Now that we've gone on enough of a tangent. So fun. Once Nolan got the hang of it, he was so awesome. Remember that last song near the end?
Oh, which one?
You know, la la la, la la.
He sings a few notes and suddenly Nolan seems even more awkward than usual. That one, it was pretty good. That one near the end. Do they still play Stairway at the end of high school dances in the year 2027? Do they still play Stairway to Heaven?
Lol, what he's not saying is, out of nowhere, he dipped me at the end. Like, all the way back, too. Whoa. Oh, man, did he follow through?
Akira says nothing, but just starts to giggle.
OMG, no way.
Well, it just seemed like the thing to do.
Swoon. I'm really glad you had fun at the dance. Also, after the dance.
Yeah. Come on, don't go there. Just let it be private. Please, just let it be private.
Oh, Nolan. Lol, you should tell them about Kasan.
No, I'm not telling that story.
Come on, it's totes hilarious. Seriously, you guys will ROFL.
I'm not telling it.
Bro, if you don't tell it, I will, and I'll probably use way more detail than you would.
Okay, but it's ridiculous. Thought he always had exaggerated about Hazuki, but no. His other mom is crazy. Totally crazy.
Lol, OMG, is she ever? Come on, tell him. Hey, it's cool, bro. Trust me, everyone's got a crazy Hazuki story. I haven't actually met her, but she sounds like a very fun person.
She's like 20 Kendalls. I don't think you could handle her at all.
Come on, if you don't tell it.
Okay. So we spent the whole night dancing. I kind of forgot to bring my house key. It was like midnight when it ended. You know, I didn't want to wake up my parents because I was locked out, so I stayed the night at Akira's instead. Kendall bursts out laughing, apparently buying his story about as much as everyone else does.
Lol, cool story, bro.
Anyway, we both ended up sleeping in late, like an hour and a half ago. I wake up first, really need to take a shower, so I go ahead. That's fine, almost got killed by a pile of weird shampoos and body washes, but other than that, it's fine.
Well, his parents are lesbians. I would imagine so.
True.
Yeah, true story. Our bathroom is pretty intense.
Whereas ours is one big bottle of Dr. Bronner's.
To be fair, I have body washes.
That's true.
I have my sensitive little skins. It'll all slough off and I'll be a skeleton if I didn't have my body washes.
I'm just so used to being in situations where it was like counterproductive. Like for the longest time I was working like heavy lifting retail jobs all the time. And I'm like, what's the point of wearing makeup if I'm going to sweat it off within like 30 minutes of getting here? Just let me fucking work. That's fine. So I just got out of the shower and I need to pee, so there's a part I'm not clear about, Akira. He's standing there waiting outside the door. Not really sure why.
I was still half asleep. It just seemed like the thing to do.
Okay, fair enough. I'm standing there doing my thing and I've just gotten out of the shower, so...
Totes naked, gotcha.
So suddenly, just as I finished, the door flies open. This wasn't Akira's doing. He was still standing half out asleep outside the door.
Oh no, you don't mean... You gotta understand, Kasan is a late sleeper, and she had no idea I had brought Nolan home.
Kendall starts to giggle again.
She didn't.
His mother's standing there in her pajamas, totally a mess, while I'm, standing there. This isn't the crazy part, okay? If it had been left at that, it would have been just weird. Regular weird, awkward, but... He trails off.
Okay, so what happened?
Figured she would freak out, slam the door shut, run away, curse out Akira for not warning her.
Lol, yeah, that's because he doesn't know Kasan very well.
No, instead she doesn't even blink, gives me a twice over, swear to God. Then she just, you're not gonna believe this part, the ridiculous part's completely nuts. Totally in shock, she just nods at me, then walks over to Akira, hugs him tightly and shouts, how do you say it?
Omedetou!
That's it, she accidentally sees her son's boyfriend naked, so her response is to hug him, shout, Omedetou! Swear to God.
What does that mean? Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Oh geez. No way, for reals? Completely true story. Friggin' Kasan, bro. You're not trolling us or anything.
Nolan covers his face with his hand and shakes his head. I feel like doing the same thing. I almost wish he was as tightly wound as he was before going out with Akira.
You two really make such a cute couple.
They're sweet. At least that would make him tell less stories that feature him naked in front of me.
OMG, true story, less than 3.
Think it makes something like that up? It's the most embarrassing moment of my life. Just, man. Omedeto.
Wow, you're right, she does sound pretty crazy. Omedeto! Although I'm not really sure I quite get it. It's embarrassing, but why was she congratulating him? Hadn't she already met Nolan?
Yeah, I wonder why. Both Kendall and Akira start giggling like mad. Nolan just blushes a little bit more. That was well, when we met, I wasn't
Well, okay, what he's trying to say is he didn't have his dick out at the time. Oh, you mean...
We don't need to know
my.
this. We're their teacher. We don't need to know this.
Omedeto.
That's it. I take a deep breath, slam my hands against the desk. If you're going to be hanging around in my classroom, stop talking about his dick. Chapter 6B.
Interesting.
Oh,
so there's
okay.
different...
So I know this game has 3 different endings, so I guess we're on the B route.
I see. The B side, as it were.
After what feels like not nearly long enough, the final day of school before exams approaches. I have one last review session for the class prepared for tomorrow morning, and then after that, it's all up to them. I'm tweaking my notes, really stressing out despite the fact that there's not much I can do, when my phone rings. Hello. Look at my casual wear.
Hi, I'm looking for John Rook. The school said I could reach him at this number.
I'm John, speaking.
It's Ichigo Yamazaki calling.
Oh, hello, Miss Yamazaki. How are you doing this evening?
Perfectly fine, thank you, but I think we need to have a conversation about what's been going on with the school's social networking service.
The words hit me like a kick in the face. I can't respond, I'm just stunned. I immediately reach the obvious conclusion. She's talking about my eavesdropping. Oh shit, it's come back to get me. I start to panic. My heart is pounding. This is where all goes to hell. My heart is racing so fast, so heavily, I almost worry that she can hear it on the other end, so I try to stay calm. I try. Have we been using our eavesdropping information?
I don't think so.
I don't think so. Yeah, I can...
What would be a good time for me to come in? I work during the day, but I could come by Thursday morning if that's all right with you.
Yeah, of course, that's fine.
Good, I'll see you then.
All right.
Goodbye.
She hangs up before I can say anything. Not that I have anything to say. At least, let's have a few days to think about it. I'm trying to think if we accidentally made a decision somewhere that used knowledge we didn't have access to. And I don't think we did, because we've also been trying to play it in as professional a way as possible, right? So, the school's not going to protect me here. If there's an angry parent, she's the one paying Akira's tuition, not me. I imagine they said to be discreet for a reason. I'm terrified, just absolutely terrified. Is there anything I could say to her that'll not end disaster for me? Anything at all? Well, she hasn't said that that's what she's complaining about.
Yeah, we've just made a problem in our heads so far.
And got angry about it, or anxious about it, right? I think her
Which
problem
I'm an
is
expert at.
I think her problem is more that, like, that's where the bullying was taking place.
Yep.
Right? The question keeps me up half the night. Pawn captures Rook. Winter morning's air is cool. The morning is quiet as I walk to school. I'm still shaken. I don't know how I'm going to deal with Miss Yamazaki in a couple days.
Akira Yamazaki has a backlog of like 20 shows he can't start until after exams. Sad emoticon. I know, right? So unfair. Oh, hey, rehearsal for that presentation at lunch good with you? KK.
They're taking it seriously. That's so nice of them. Will I get fired to appease her? She really does raise it with the school, probably. Is there anything I could do to prevent that if it comes down to it? I doubt it. No way. I'm new, I'm expendable after all. Would she? I don't know. She's probably angry, though. Thinking about it, I would be. Sort of huge breach of privacy, I would be absolutely furious. Again, John, make up a guy and get anxious about it, Rook. I'm screwed. I'm absolutely screwed. Somehow I fucked up, she figured it out, and now I'm probably going to be destroyed by that. I could figure out some way to make it okay, but what could I possibly do? What would excuse that? I got nothing. Absolutely nothing. That's all I can think about as I walk. I have to think of something. There must be something I could do to put it all right. Or I'm fucked. I'm so lost in thought it takes me a good moment to realize the silence has been broken by the sound of crying from right behind me. Startled, I turn around to see... her.
Her spirit can't pass on because of you. Why did you let her down? Why, John Rook? She's tormented. She's tormented and it's all your fault. If only you'd stopped her.
Stopped who? She rushes forward, grabbing my lapel, sobbing heavily against my chest. What the...
It's so awful. So awful. Why didn't you just stop her, John? Why?
She wasn't...
It would have been so easy. You just had to say something, but no, you had to let her die.
Suddenly she shoves me away. She stares with the creepiest smile in the world, a smile that could pierce your very soul. I'm horrified.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She'll come back for you. Isabella will come back for you. For one last goodbye.
She turns and runs away. Wait, come back here. I shout and start to give chase, but it's too late. She's already disappeared. Man, she can really book it even in Gaeta.
Yeah, that takes skill.
Yeah, it takes skill. Clack, 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 clack. Damn, she's got legs. All I can do is stand there, catching my breath. This is too much. This is too surreal. I don't know how to respond here. What the hell has happened to my life? I arrive later than most of the class, and it's all I can do not to look terrified while I sit there waiting. I fidget like an absolute madman, keep glancing back and forth at the computer, desperate for some sort of brief distraction, tapping my fingers. Just hope it's not too noticeable.
Hey, sir, my mom got a hold of you last night, right?
In more ways than one. Yeah, she did. We didn't talk for long, but...
Okay, I mean, I know she wanted me to be there. Thursday, 11 a.m. Is meeting in your office cool, or...?
That's fine. I mean, I'll be in school during the entire exam period, but yeah, we could talk about it then.
Great. Okay, I'll tell her that.
Right on. Try not to stare at him. It's not his fault. He hasn't done anything unreasonable. And he's not the one threatening me. It's his mother. His mother, who I still can't think of any way to deal with. There has to be something. At least one of these insane things in my life I have to be able to deal with.
Sir?
I'm sorry. Did you say something?
Just me and Kendall are doing our presentation today, right?
Yeah, right.
Can we present after school? We kind of want to rehearse at lunch if it's no prob.
Yeah, sure. It's no problem.
TY.
He sits back down, and not long afterwards, the last exam review class begins. Needless to say, it goes terribly. Just absolutely terribly.
Does anyone know what's actually supposed to be on the literature exam? I was sure, right up until Mr. Rook's review lecture.
My mind's just too far elsewhere. Dwelling on the oncoming catastrophe between their exams, that weird girl's message, Miss Yamazaki. Just too much for me to handle.
Yeah, this is pretty lol what.
3:55 p.m. That's it for the day, as far as classes go anyway. Really glad it's not just me, man. Somehow I managed to calm myself down a little by the end. I'm still scared, still can't think of anything, but I'm a grown-ass man. I need to sack up and stop freaking out. Grow a fucking pair. Yeah, it's scary. Yeah, I still don't know what to do. Everything could go wrong. Everything probably will go wrong. I'll just have to deal with it, I tell myself. Easier said than done, but I'll be damned if I don't try.
Sup, bro? Hey, sir.
Hey, you guys. Got a presentation? You both ready to start? You need a couple minutes.
Give me a sec. I need to get the music queued up.
All right. Do you want to make it diegetic or non-diegetic or... Okay.
In this, I'll be playing the role of Anonymous. Okay, got it. And my role will be that of Anonymous.
Kendall presses a button on her computer to start playing her music. And Akira turns off the lights. This is your music? Both clear their throats, waiting a moment.
In this thread, spoilers. Darth Vader is Luke's father. Bruce Willis was actually a ghost. It was really just Earth in the future. Tyler Durden was the name of his alternate personality. Snape kills Dumbledore. What was the It Was Really Just Earth in the Future one a spoiler for?
Is that Planet of the Apes?
Oh, probably. I was surprised because I was like, that's a really obscure show for them to be spoiling. And then I realized the show I was thinking of is not what this is going to be about.
Yeah, I know. I mean, these are all... And again, at most, these are like how old? So.
Rosebud was the name of his sled. The missing girl was secretly just an AI. And the dead girl actually just moved away as part of an elaborate trick. Wait, what? What was that last one? Lol, you know, the sequel to the thing you said. For reals, I never actually understood what the hell happened in it.
So they first spoiled. I guess we're just saying it. They first spoiled a different Christine Love game, and now they're giving the twist in this Christine Love game.
Wait, really? Is that's what this is?
I think it's what it is.
Okay.
We're doing metafiction, right?
My face when, implying it's not really easy to understand. Implying it is. Seriously, bro, WTF was the story there? KK. The feudal lord is suddenly forced to take over for a band of apprentices, each representing the 12 animals of the Chinese zodiac. But he's completely ill-equipped for it. He takes everything too seriously, right? Way too seriously. For serious. So what, then he starts spying on them? O_Big O. Well, yeah, of course, he's their lord. That's what lords do. He's supposed to train them to be just like him. That's his job. Okay, so what was the whole deal then? So then the apprentices all conspired together and hatched a plan to make their lord look ridiculous. You know, bring him down to earth a little.
I was wondering if this was the...
Lol. Oh, right. That's the deal with the girl, right? The one who represented the dog? You mean Yo? Yeah, totes. You don't find out until the end, though. See, the thing was that she actually was planning on running away to her home village anyway. Her village was in the middle of a famine, and they couldn't afford to have their eldest daughter off in the Lord's study anymore. Oh, right. So that's what that scene was. They wake up the Lord and make it look like she's killed herself. Implying you didn't understand what happened, clearly understanding exactly what happened. Lol. So what part didn't you get then? Okay, so that's how people know we were spying on social media, because at no point anywhere other than on social media did anyone say anything about Isabella dying. That's the only time anyone ever said that on Ami Connect. So for us to have known that and changed a lesson plan around it and so on.
Really? We wouldn't have assumed that, maybe?
I brought it up. It's like, it seems weird if someone fucking died and there was nothing from the school about it and they were just brushed it off. The brush off email makes a lot more sense if it's not the school is completely evil, but is instead just, student was in poor standing and left the school. Don't worry about it.
That's funny. That's funny. That's funny. You got him. You got him. You got us.
What was the deal with the ghost? Bruce Willis? Lol, are you mad? No, the one that haunted the Lord. Too bad you didn't mean Bruce Willis. He's totally hot. Forced meme is forced, bro. My face when you couldn't actually explain what the deal with the ghost was. Lol, the deal with the ghost was that she was actually just a servant of the dog girl. She had conspired with the mother of Yo's best friend. She wasn't really a ghost? Lol, no. Oh, is that Kasan?
I was thinking that towards the end. I'm like,
yeah.
No. Get got.
So WTF was the ending supposed to be. In the end, Yo returns to reveal that the whole thing was merely a comic farce. Then she delivers the moral of the story, which is, well, Yo Dog puts the morale in his hands so he can lord it over them while he lords over them. What? Trollface.png.
Yo, dog.
Get the fuck out of here.
After a long dramatic pause, Kendall does a curtsy and Akira bows. That's it?
That's it.
Could you please explain to me what dramatic techniques that was supposed to show an understanding of?
Glad you asked, sir. Foreshadowing.
I stare at them. A pun? Seriously? All right then, thank you. There's one more class this semester that comes after all the exams. I'll let you know what your marks are then, all right?
Okay, see ya, sir. Yeah, later, sir.
Good luck on the exam.
So did I call it that the correct way to play to get the good end is simply never to open a Me Connect?
Yeah, basically. That's enough of that. It's time to go. Thursday. That certainly seems like what they were doing. That they got us with that. Which is weird because we were trying so hard to not make any... And then the one thing we just kind of assumed...
Yep.
Hey, after your last exam today, I want to come over and hang out. We barely talked in the past week.
Love to. I miss you. Stupid exams. What's the plan, bro?
The exam's come and gone. I just have to wait for the exams period to finish for all their other classes. It's nerve-wracking. It's supposed to be an easy break for me, just a time to relax, finish the semester's marking. Take it easy knowing there isn't any more material to teach until January, but of course I'm not. How can I take it easy when everything wrong is converging? Can't help but feel crushed by the weight of my failures. Oh, don't know how I thought that far. It's got a new PKK game if you're interested. It's multiplayer, co-op. We can do something else. It's no big deal, really. And here we are, still clicking on it every time it pops up, right?
Yep, because it's what we do. What we do. We snoop.
Yep. 2 divorces, a sudden career change as a midlife crisis. Just so I completely screwed up right when I started. I'm a creep and a shitty teacher. I could let completely invading my students' privacy become banal to me. I managed to completely fail Isabella. We gotta keep reading it, though.
We do. I was trying to find what PKK game could mean because the only thing I know that as is the Kurdistan Workers' Party. And that's not... Yeah, I don't know what that's supposed to be.
Got it.
I'm not really that good at vidya. That's why I like just watching you, 3. But if we can do it together, sure, why not?
All I can think of is, I might look bad if my students do poorly on their exams. All I can think is, oh, woe is me, I could lose my job if Miss Yamazaki gets upset. Never mind why. I'm fucked, and I'm a fuck-up who absolutely deserves it. Or we could just make an excuse for you to come over and I could, make it on my couch for an hour, like last time. Probably already on our way to my office.
Lol. Oh, Nolan, you're a man after my own heart. Less than 3, less than 3, less than 3. No, seriously though, I am totes interested in playing video with you. It'd be fun. I know how much you're into that sort of thing. Let's do this thing. I'm looking forward to it.
Time to go face the music, I suppose. Alright, we can walk home together after the history exam.
It's a date. 3.
Head down to the hallway. It's empty and completely quiet, well, with everyone being in the middle of exams right now. The building is mostly deserted, and suddenly from around the corner appears someone. Holy shit!
Hello, Mr. Rook. I've been looking for you.
I stare at her, shocked. It's like the girl said, Isabella will come back for you. And we can only say that she's dead.
Yep. I thought you died.
Heart races. I can't believe it's her. I can't believe she's alive. I thought you died.
I heard. No, I didn't die. I just moved to Ajax, which I suppose is essentially the same thing, really. Boom. Burn on Ajax.
Then...
And lol, from what Caitlin tells me, she really scared the hell out of you with the ghost story, too.
She grins and says in a goofy voice,
Isabella will come back for you. Ooh.
Oh my god, I thought you were dead. I thought you killed yourself.
Really? Where'd you ever get that impression from?
And I stopped to think about it. Where did I get that impression from? Did anyone ever say anything to me about her, or did I just read about it on me?
No, I only killed myself socially. My parents can't really afford tuition here anymore. We had to move back out to the Bonies. I was gonna tell you, but it was all very sudden, and then, well, you figured out the rest, I suppose.
I'm starting to get an idea. I just keep staring in shock. I'm an even bigger idiot than I ever realized. Girl was just your friend who was completely in on the joke.
A friend of Ishigo's, actually. It was all her idea, you know. Anyhow, she's waiting in your office. I have to go now, but I'll be back later. Bye. It's really nice to see you.
Yeah, it was nice to see you as well. She
Glad you're not dead.
She must have known it was something only ever said on me. If that's the case, I don't understand. I don't understand what's going on at all. So it was us changing the lesson plan.
Yep.
Glad to see she's alive, of course, but now I just feel even more confused as I walk to my office. I think you had pulled it all out. Hello, Miss Yamazaki. Akira.
Please just call me Ichigo. Why don't you have a seat?
I sit down, so do the two of them. I try to make eye contact, but it's hard. I guess you just come clean then? My heart races. Time to just be a man and say it. Or don't! Been reading all the class's social networking messages the whole semester. I won't try to defend myself. So easy to justify to stop bullying to make sure they were paying attention to class, but it wasn't. It was just creepy and voyeuristic. Should have been better than that. Really sorry. And it's hard to forgive an incursion in your privacy like that, Akira. I don't expect you to, but, well, I'm truly sorry. Want to make sure you know. And the own goal. It's a long, awkward silence, so they both just stare at me, taking it in. It's what they wanted to confront me about, I know, because they weren't expecting me to confess right away. Maybe I didn't have to. I definitely did, even if I could have denied it.
Huh? Lol, what? I don't know what you're talking about. That's not exactly what I came here to talk about.
Hey, got him! She just wanted to talk about the bullying. Now it's my turn to stare in shock. You didn't already know?
No, of course I knew. Don't be ridiculous. Everyone knows that.
What?
See, Mom? Shush, Akira. John, I just came here to apologize for how the prank with Isabella got out of hand.
They already knew it and assumed that they were being read because it's a school social media platform in the year 2027.
That's so funny that it's just like long awkward pause. Oh shit, I put my foot in my mouth. And then she's like, no, everybody knows that. I thought it would be a funny way to get you to lighten up and encouraged it. But I didn't realize Akira was sending you creepy messages at all hours of the night. And Caitlin Robinson went a little over the top. I want to apologize on their behalf.
Ay.
Sorry, but let's go back to what you were saying. I don't understand. What were you trying to apologize for?
Violated your son's privacy for starters. Sorry, Akira. Read everything you posted on ME. Guess you caught on. That's why you did the prank, right? To get me to lay off? Guess I was too dense to take the hint.
Lol. No, bro. We did the prank because we wanted to get you to lighten up. You always pretended that you didn't.
I don't think you could understand, even the private ones.
So? I don't think you really quite get it. They all knew that. They all knew from the very start, even. Why wouldn't you be? You keep saying privacy. What a weird, antiquated concept to keep bringing up.
What? Antiquated? I mean, I know modern society can be invasive, but antiquated?
Oh dear. Well, John, it's like this. Akira, can you define what it means? Huh? Privacy? That's right. I guess if you're private, that means you just hide everything about yourself, so it's kind of like that?
I stare at him. In the months I've known him, somehow, this is the first time I've ever heard anything like that. He honestly doesn't understand the concept, and that's terrifying. I don't want to be rude, but that's alarming. He really doesn't know what it means, does he?
What, his generation? No, of course not. Why would he? For that matter, why would you? That's a really old idea, you know. I'm surprised you have so much attachment to it. Didn't you grow up on Facebook?
What? No, not really. It came around when I was in high school, I guess, but I never saw the point. I'm a lot older than I look, apparently.
Huh, and a lot older than you act, too. Truthfully, neither did I. Understand, things in Japan aren't quite the same as they are here, and I didn't move until later. But still, I'm surprised.
I'm shocked. It's just... I realize it's been eroded so much, but I didn't realize it would be completely foreign.
You're being so silly, though. You said voyeuristic. How is it that?
I read their private exchanges.
Oh, come now. Surely you passed written messages to your classmates when you were his age, too. It was just on paper, right?
Sure, okay.
Well, did you ever write anything on those that you'd be truly upset if the teacher ended up taking it from you?
I have to think about it. I guess not, I suppose. It's not the same thing at all. We still knew that privacy was important. We were just careful.
Akira, have you ever written anything on me that you'd be truly upset about Mr. Rook seeing? No. It's weird that he'd want to read my love letters to Nolan, but no, of course not.
So what are you saying then? Nothing's really changed at all since then? Things aren't different, things are things, is that it? She just laughs.
Oh, you know, that was actually my favorite book at his age. No, I think that's wrong, though. Things are different, of course. There's no sense of privacy. It's a silly, outdated concept that feels so unsocial. Does that sound right, Akira? Totes legit. Unsocial is a good way to put it. This is such a, vertigo-inducing double twist for me.
I know. I'm just kind of I've been quiet because I'm over here being like, what? This is the point you want to make? What? It's I don't know if I agree, but also holy crap.
Now that we're close to 2027, we definitely aren't at this point yet. But
yep.
It doesn't feel like we aren't on that trajectory.
Yeah.
There's even culture shock with me and younger coworkers between the stuff that folks put out on social media and so on, and the degree of openness about stuff. Mm-hmm. And then they're just like, Oh yeah, whenever I apply for a new job, I just like scrub it and like set it to a normal profile pic instead of my weird furry inflation art or whatever.
Uh-huh.
And I'm just like, so wait. You use the same you use the same Twitter profile as your professional thing you show your bosses and as your thing for your furry inflation art. What?
Did you also have that level of culture shock with your parents? Because I know my parents did. Like when I was first getting online, like there was also that level with them. And think about how social we are on the internet right now and how much we put out there. That was frightening to them.
I think A, my mother was relatively hands off with that due to being super not tech savvy. And B, I also don't put out that much online. I'm still one of those people who uses a different pseudonym on every site I use, unless it's one that's explicitly one that I want to be like a professional thing attached to my name.
Yep.
And like, so, yeah.
But then on the other hand, you also record yourself talking for 3+ hours a week.
I do, you're right. That is a little weird.
Right? And it's not, I'm not saying do this. I think our audience is better than this, but it's not hard to figure out details about you, given what we share on this. It's just strange what we consider to be fine to share and what level of acceptable, what level of kind of diffusion from who we are is acceptable. But I don't know that the idea of privacy not existing at all is. But fucking weird. Anyway, I'm still like reeling from this Hitchcock moment here. Does it make perfect sense or is it incredibly dangerous?
Incredibly dangerous.
You have to privacy, don't you? If you don't have that, how can you be okay with him just opening up to anyone?
I think your fundamental misunderstanding, John, is mistaking privacy for control of your personal boundaries.
But it is.
But it isn't. I mean, that's what we always supposed it was, wasn't it? But we're both grumpy old fogies who were slow to adapt. We always assumed it was just binary. There's things you keep to yourself and things you have public, and the two don't mix. That's kind of stupid though, isn't it? What's wrong with his generation assuming that knowing more about someone is always a good thing? What's wrong with controlling your image? He understands that, far more than I ever will, in fact. You're not thinking in terms of... Sorry, I'm not sure how to put this in English. It's in terms of degrees, maybe. It's not as though discrimination doesn't exist. You can still hide things or show things only selectively, you just don't hide everything by default. I mean, let me put it this way. They managed to organize an entire class into an elaborate hoax at your expense, and you think you're the manipulative one? Really?
That's actually a really good point. It's completely foreign to me what she's saying. I want to dismiss her just to say that it's stupid, but that last part rings true. The last part makes me stop and reconsider.
I'm terribly sorry. I've been rambling, haven't I?
It's all right. She stands up and offers her hand to shake, and I follow her lead.
Well, I hope that makes some sense to you. Anyhow, I want to apologize again for Akira and Caitlin going over the top. You shouldn't feel bad.
She shakes my hand and looks at her son.
Is there anything else you wanted to add?
He thinks about it.
I'd say, sir, if you want to creep us on Ami, that's fine, totes legit, but you don't have to be so serious business all the time. I don't really get what Mom's talking about with privacy and whatevs, but if you want to know something or help, why not just ask? It's not like I want to hide stuff from you. I want to be your friend. Is that crazy, bro?
Remember when we started this out talking about professional boundaries?
Yeah, I am.
Like that's the part here that like I'm still your teacher. Like okay, I get that, but I'm your teacher. I am an adult, twice your age, responsible for your well-being. That's what it all comes down to, really. That's it. That's the moral, the big lesson to be learned at the end of it all. After they leave, I sit back down in the office chair and stare out the window. Somehow the world didn't come crashing down on me after all.
That's not the direction I thought this was going to take.
Not at all.
Kudos to you, Christine Love.
God
you made
damn.
me think. You made me think.
You know what? Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm now going to crumble up like an old dead leaf and blow away in the winds. Here we go. Mr. Rook, your students' marks have officially been updated as of December 20th, including their exam scores. Please keep in mind that as the Lake City Academy is an extremely competitive collegiate with a reputation to maintain, we expect all our classes to maintain a high standard of excellency in grades. Remember, in the province of Ontario, university admissions are based solely on high school marks upon graduation. A mediocre class reflects very poorly upon the school and undermines our students' success in the real world. In keeping with this high standard of excellence, your students' literature marks have been curved according to school policy. Ariana Belisai, 91, Kendall Flowers, 88, Taylor Gibson, 86, Charlotte Gruel, 98, Nolan Striukas, 91, Akira Yamazaki, 93. In the future, please be sure your students' marks are acceptable before submission, as otherwise this creates more work for our administrative staff. Thanks, Emily Robin, Administrative Assistant.
I would just sooner die than write another exam.
I feel your pain. So much hate. It could be worse. You could be bleeding the whole time.
I hate exams!
90 average, bitches.
Grats, dude. I just feel so empty at the end of this.
You want to know my
Like,
good
what's the takeaway here?
I would have said. You want to know my cool grading on a curve story?
Yes, absolutely I do.
In senior level stats seminar in college, we fucked up an exam and did really poorly about it.
Mm-hmm.
So part of the remediation was the professor had us curve our own grades and was like, here you go. Here's the anonymized data set of the grades. You're going to get up on this whiteboard. You're going to do the statistical analysis to figure out what's wrong here and figure out what your average actually was and figure out what the average probably should have been based on previous assignments and figure out like the magnitude of the effect there. And then you're going to use these statistical techniques that this test was about to figure out what sort of grade curve should be applied here. And by the time you're done with that, curving your own exam scores back out of failure, you'll understand what you should have learned in the first place. And it kind of worked.
Wow.
We didn't fuck up again.
Wow. That's awesome. Last day of class until January comes at last. Everyone seems kind of excited again. There's no real work of any kind, just a day to come pick up marks. Guess they're all glad to have a chance to unwind after exams. Can't say that I don't understand what it feels like to be massively relieved.
OMG, I feel so terrible. I just want to curl up and die. This is the worst day ever. I feel so gross.
Wow, that's the only thing worse. God, bleeding the whole time?
Can't believe absolutely all my worrying was for nothing. I mean, what was I thinking?
Oh dear, cramps.
Okay, we don't need to know about that. The marks turned out okay. My job turned out okay. And Isabella turned out okay. My dignity didn't really turn out too well, but if that's my biggest problem, I could probably live with that.
Yeah, wait, how did you know? Lol, so how are the boonies?
I think the suicide story would be better. At least that would be quick and painless.
That bad, bro? I don't suppose there's terribly much to do out there, is there? You're in Pickering, right?
Ajax.
Oh. What's the difference? So, what are your plans post-exams? One has 3 intersections with traffic lights. The other has 4. It's not quite that terrible, is it really?
No, pretty much.
It's a shame you can't come into town more often. It's not that far away.
I'm gonna drink until I either forget about the exams or how to keep drinking. It doesn't really matter which.
Ajax might be half an hour out, but despite what you guys tried to convince me, that's not exactly Elysium. There's a train, isn't there?
School's been busy.
Lol, try. BTW, awesome work with that, Akira. High five, bro.
They exchange a high five, although Akira doesn't look too pleased about it.
I'm sorry, Mr. Rook, but it really was actually very funny.
Hold on, let me pause this conversation to read some more stuff you guys just posted.
Good luck with that. Wait, what's Elysium? Elysium.
Yeah, laugh it
that
up.
Everybody knows the messages are being read. makes it even weirder, Ariana's conduct. Like, she knows we're reading these messages she's sending people about, how to seduce John.
Yep, absolutely. And I'm like,
Ugh.
and that's part of what convinced me that couldn't have been like what was coming. Because I'm like, no, obviously she wouldn't want us to see this. If she knew we were seeing this, she would not be posting this. Not at all. And then the twist is like, no, she knew. she knew we were. Maybe she kept it up because she knew we were reading it. Bell rings early since it's only like half a day. Time to move on to their other other classes.
The Greek afterlife, where souls wander forever.
Everything feels so relaxed, I guess. Guess things worked out in the end after all.
Think hell, limbo, purgatory, rainbow road, etc.
Rainbow Road. When noon comes, I pack up my stuff early too and leave at the same time as the students. No real reason to stick around for the rest of the day.
Because your period is always 3 days after mine, remember? We have this conversation every single month. Oh, right. Ugh, this is the worst. I think I'm going to have to bail out on you guys. Need to go home and lie down forever. Aw, I'm so sorry. I really hope you feel better.
We didn't need to read that, and we did. Yep, we got.
Hey, Mr. Rook.
That's my name, don't wear it out. Things turned out well in your other classes?
They did. 96 average, in fact, so I'm quite happy with that.
That's good, congratulations.
Anyway, the rest of the literature class is over there, and they were looking for you. I think there's plans for a big lunch thing. I mean, you were invited.
Oh, thank you. Are you going to be going?
No, I actually have prior plans with my family, I'm afraid, and it wouldn't be nice to bail out.
Oh, well, have fun with that.
Thanks, Mr. Rook. Take care and have a good winter break.
You too. Sure enough, just moments later, the mob of students finds me.
Hey, sir, we're all going out for one big lunch together to celebrate the end of the semester.
Charlotte told me.
You want to come with?
If I was going to be stick in the mud, I'd say no. If it's going to be one of those teachers I hated in high school, I'd say no. If it was going to be the humorless jerk Akira thought I came across as before, well, I'd love to. I think we could all use that.
Totes legit, bro. Totes legit.
We can catch up on everything else. You did a great job making friends with teenagers, Mr. Rook.
Oh, finally he agrees. Too bad Kendall couldn't come, though.
Lol.
Come on, she's all right.
Sorry, I wasn't trying to be mean.
Suddenly, a couple of them paused, tapping away at their computers.
Got him!
Got him!
Okay, who wants to bet he looks at his computer in the next minute?
If he doesn't look down, I will personally bet the price of the entire lunch.
Lol, you're on.
I don't
think he will.
Takes me a good moment to consider whether or not I want to check. Akira watches me closely, giggling.
Guess I'll have to buy a lunch, Taylor.
Looks like it.
Funny, guys. I'll buy it. I'm pretty sure the only person that lost that bet was me.
Lol, true story.
Anyway, it's good to see all together. That's over. Let me just say it's been a crazy semester.
Really? It seemed to go by pretty quickly to me.
Same here. Probably not for the same reason, though. Then again, there was nothing quick about it. Hey-o!
Been easy for you to say. He's right. This has been one hell of a term. I'm glad it's through with, though. Why so crazy, Mr. Rook? The prank?
That's, I have trouble figuring out how to summarize the ridiculous torrent of fear and uncertainty I've gone through over the past couple months. How to even put into words without sounding ridiculous. Part of it just felt like everything was building up to this insane world-shaking drama that would change my life forever.
Then it turned out to be just a couple of jerks conspiring to take you down a peg.
Lol.
Then it turned out that I didn't know a damn thing. Seemed obvious how this story would end. Everything came crashing down, ruined forever.
Well, don't take it personally, babe, but...
I smile and nod. It's ridiculous, of course. I know what you're going to say, but it's not my story, right?
Title drop!
We actually have to get air horns to do that.
Yeah, we do. But we're not allowed to do that now.
No.
Everyone in this building will
murder us.
They will break in the window and strangle us, and no one in any court in America would convict them for it.
We put up with the weed smokers upstairs when they forget to unplug their fire alarm. Smoke detector, sorry.
No, that's stupid. Why would I say that?
End of chapter 7.
That was good.
That was really good. I
I-
got fucking vertigo at the end.
That was good. I didn't expect it to go in as many directions as it did, and then it did go in
That
directions.
was really great.
And it made me think about stuff, and it made me feel old as shit. But that's okay, I guess.
And I liked how the entire time we were like having this intense discussion, like how do we do this how do we talk about this? How do we use this information in a responsible way as a teacher? And the way it transitioned back to the title screen there, that was nice.
Yeah.
That was nice. I saw it. It was good. God damn. Well, I think we can say that we successfully got.
Yeah, we did.
Oh man. So I'm wondering if the other ways of playing this that would be just ignoring it
Mm-hmm.
or going whole hog and being weird about it. Right? Because
That
I'm like,
makes sense.
if you're just being weird about it and straight up, what's the prank? If you know that they know and they know that you know, then what? Then how do they get you? Or if you just refuse to engage, then how does it end then?
Yeah, I'm curious.
Anyway,
If you want to find out what happens in the other endings,
you can get it for yourself. It's actually free. I left a link in the description. You should go do that. And then you should go play a whole bunch of other Christine Love games.
because they're good.
They're all very good. Get in the Car Loser is the one that's out right now, I believe. I think, have we played all of them at this point? We went
Think
over this in
so.
the beginning. I think we've played, if not all, we've played most of them at this point. But I hope you enjoyed it. Got my mute plushie and my Hune plushie over here staring at us while we...
I do find it funny that out of video games that we own plushie merch for,
Uh-huh.
that number one is Toho, right? Out of like, that's a big thing, Toho plushies.
Yep.
And number two is fucking
Analog
a Hate Story, a random indie game that just happened to have a really big impact on us that one time.
Number 3 is Steins Gate. I have a Kurisu plushie here who stares
Number
at
three
me.
is a tie between Steins Gate and NGE.
And she is in a video game.
You're right, NGE is in a video game. I said video games. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, there is that
Wait,
one.
no,
there is
sorry,
that
we
one.
forgot. We forgot. There's actually a number 1 by far. You forgot about my other hobby.
What?
My other hobby. By far, number 1 is Pokemon.
Oh shit! I literally
Did you
forgot
forget
about the
about
Pokemon room.
The literal like bed full of Pokemon plushies in the other room.
I did
you
actually forget.
You forgot about that?
I forgot because the room is enough of a mess that I haven't gone in it in ages.
But still, point taken. Anyway, I think we're done vamping now.
Yeah.
Like, comment, subscribe. Go play the game for yourself. Let us know what the endings you get are. And we'll see you all next series, everyone. Bye.
Peace.
Smash that like, comment and subscribe.